Worked out awesomely. I was kind of nervous making it, but as you can tell, I made a ton of it. So the recipes are all online, and if you like, it's great for kids, and we only use it tutoring. So a little bit about myself. I work at Lansing Community College. I'm an SI leader, and do all of you know what an SI leader is? Or maybe?
You have somebody sit down.
No? Okay. Well, an SI leader is kind of like a tutor. We sit in on the class, listen to the lecture, and then outside of class we have tutoring times with our students. At LCC, it doesn't necessarily have to be with, like, okay, say I used to do a calculus class, and I sit down on one calculus class, but any calculus class could come to my sessions. So it's not that way. Right now, I work with a high school group. LCC has an early college program where high school juniors can come in going into their junior year, and then they stay for 3 years as high school students. So technically, they go to school, or they're a 5-year senior, but they can take LCC classes if they get a high enough grade on their AccuPlacer, which is like our test to test into which classes that you take. And so once they test into their classes, technically they'll still be in high school, but they are out with college students earning credits towards their degrees. And right now, if you want to talk to me about it later, I've been working towards like multiple degrees. I have like changed my mind so many times, but my final, or at least what I'm working towards now, is a degree in mathematics, and that's what I tutor is math. So first, we're going to do an icebreaker with Play-Doh. So if each of you can come up here and take, they're kind of in their own blocks, and there's 30 squares here, but you can take a couple if you want to. Can each of you come up though and grab a piece of each color? It doesn't exactly break off because it kind of got smushed in the bag. Two of you right here. Yeah, that's fine. The folders are going to be used because for this icebreaker, I am going to read you a poem that I wrote myself, so please don't. Can I laugh? Yeah, you can laugh. You can definitely laugh. It's kind of goofy. I found this icebreaker actually through one of my teachers in middle school. He had done this with us, and you'll see the effects of it afterwards, but I was actually trying to contact him because he had a story that he read to us. It's a description about an alien, and you will be creating the alien. But you cannot show anyone else what you're building. You will just listen to what I say. I'll read the poem twice in case you guys would like to hear it again. Yes, you know when you can't show each other what you're building. So we're doing an icebreaker right now. Afterwards, after I read everything, each of you, I'll have everybody introduce themselves, what they do, what they tutor, or what you do for tutoring. Okay. Like if you're an administrator.
Can't see what we, yeah, hide it.
Okay, so, all right, here's my phone. Please don't make fun of me. Okay. Once there was an alien named Mason. He lived in a kingdom haven. He had large vermilion eyes that were as big as the skies, and pupils crimson like a ruby crustacean. He had noodles growing out of his head that were thick as French bread, but curly like cues and blue like the blues, so thick it could not needle a thread. He had a fat poochy belly he got from sweet cherries. They were chilled by a glacier, which caused him to wear a blazer that he found near a bundle of flurries. His feet were enormous, so he warmed them by the furnace. They began to stink, while his socks burned and reeked. The neighbors were mean with their harshness. They said he stank, they said he stunk, they said to put him with the junk that was on the outside of town. They noticed his eyes and his pupils, his round belly and hair like noodles, and seemed to be too disgusted to not frown. They wanted him out without a doubt, and without concerns of feelings and consideration. He thought this place was his haven, but no one would let him stay in. He was now with the junk, without any luck, feeling lost, lonely, and damned. But to his surprise, there they all lied, creatures like him that did not want to live inside a haven where people judged and despised. They welcomed him in and wondered where he had been, but that did not matter, because he fit with their clatter. Mason was home, and they warmed him within. So I would like you to build your little mason. And if you'd like, I can read it again. You think so? Okay. Do you want a second before I read it?
Yeah.
Okay. It's okay, you can tell me. Okay, I'll start again. There once was an alien named Mason. He lived in a kingdom haven. He had large vermilion eyes that were big as the skies, and pupils crimson like a ruby crustacean. He had noodles growing out of his head that were thick as French bread, but curly like cues and blue like the blues, so thick it could not needle a thread. He had a fat poochy belly he got from sweet cherries. They were chilled by a glacier, which caused him to wear a blazer that he found near a bundle of flurries. His feet were enormous, so he warmed them by the furnace. They began to stink, while his socks burned and reeked, and the neighbors were mean with their harshness. They said he stank, they said he stunk, they said to put him with the junk that was on the outside of town. They noticed his eyes and pupils, his round belly and hair like noodles, and seemed to be too disgusted to not frown. They wanted him out, without a doubt, and without concerns of feelings and consideration. He thought this place was his haven, but no one would let him stay in. He was now with the junk, without any luck, feeling lost, lonely, and damned. But to his surprise, there they all lied, more creatures like him that did not want to live inside a haven where people judged and despised. They welcomed him in and wondered where he had been, but that did not matter because he fit with their clatter. Mason was home, and they warmed him within. My dad told me it sounded like Dr. Seuss.
It does. It does.
We have a few more minutes. done sooner than that.
I wanted to make sure it wasn't a student. So I was like, I want to make sure that I'm having on my phone because then I could. I don't have.
Student communication. I went to JCC, so that's why I already think. She said, I think I should approve this. I know from all the other places. So, can you, Amy, yes, even scholarship information. She said, I must have worked my student. So I said, well, I mean, instead of focusing in getting the phone, getting stuff ready, I was like, take care of all that. But you're home.
So for our icebreaker, we'll be showing everyone our designs. So I know some of you have made your creation splatter, so you'll have to, you could put it maybe on your folder so that we can show it. Did you like the poem? Yeah.
You nervous about us opening your phone?
I was. So if you're ready, I'll show you my little guy. I made him up here. This is what I was thinking, something like this. This curly, cute, French bred hair, giant feet, and his blazer to keep him warm because he was eating frozen cherries. But would anyone like to start? Do you want to start? Right here? Do you want to start? My little guy. He kept always said cherry, so I kept thinking maybe you're right. So he's just completely covered in. And I only like to do a little thing like horns because I thought it looked adorable. Maybe I'd like to take it over something. So you the eyes and Can you introduce yourself?
Oh, my name's Christina. I'm actually an SI here at JCC. I'm in the statistics, Math 133.
This is my guy.
Cute.
Wow. And his hair was curlier to start with, but it made it kind of heavy and it kind of fell down. He's got his little
My name's Jasmine. I am a tutor at Southwestern Michigan College. I mostly cover math.
Amen.
Amen.
Here is mine. Yeah. And,
I like his jacket.
I like his jacket too, his little pop collar. Yeah. Doing all right with that. And I'm Jackie. I am a graduate assistant and writing tutor at Eastern Michigan.
Ooh.
And I'm Rachel, and I'm also a grad assistant and writing tutor at Eastern Michigan.
Okay. Alright, I'm Louis. I'm the coordinator of the Learning Center at the Niles Area campus of Southwestern Michigan College. So for my little person or whatnot, I was thinking of Lake Michigan. You know, since I live right next to Lake Michigan, I was trying to form that for the lakes, but I'm not that artistic. So this is my work in progress. So I figured just take the pink since breast cancer and just
I don't know if it's gonna stay together. Here's my little guy. And he's got green socks too. Nice. My name is Amy, and I do math tutoring at Lansing Community College.
Here's my guy.
Nice catch.
I'm John, and I tutor all things Adobe for Lansing Community College Arts and Photo Programs, and I also represent tutoring services on the Academic Senate at LCC.
My name is Jean. I work with Oakland Community College, and I'm an SI for nutrition and a Ben for anatomy and physiology, and I tutor students in our academic support center, and then I'm also a differential abilities tutor. Mason has a differential ability. He's very fragile. He's actually crying. He comes complete with tears. So please feel free to take a look at him, and I put a little trash heap here because he's very sad about his situation. But we're all going to support him, right?
Mine's a little simpler than that, but this is my little guy. And my name is Kiara, and I'm a social science tutor at Saginaw Valley State University.
Hi, my name is Mary. I'm a professor here of teacher education at Jackson Community College, and I work real closely to support SIs. Well, I really loved your poem, and I thought of how creative it was and how we often think creatively, but life is not quite that way. So Mason actually is quite simple, and he was so happy to be at home, he just laid down and took a nap. And he has a little French bed here, and he's smiling, and he's got a little heart because he feels full of love.
Aww.
Hi, my name is Brandy, and I'm the coordinator here at Jackson Community College in our Center for Student Success. And here's my little Mason.
Oh.
So it's my guy. Hair's falling off. I'm Erin. I'm an SI here at JCC for Math 012 and Math 031.
Math ladies.
It's fine. I'm Taylor, and I'm also a SI at JCC for statistics classes.
My name's Ivan. I tutor math and physics at Lansing Community College, and I think my Mason's a little broken out.
I'm Dorothy.
In case you didn't know.
Oh, you're not. No.
Go ahead, sorry.
It's okay. I'm Dorothy. I tutor math and writing at LCC, and I also help keep the website updated with the information. And I just wanted to use all my Play-Doh, so he's a little top-heavy, and he's got more like dreadlocks, but they're a big feet, and he's not wearing his jacket.
He's less chilly.
Yeah.
It's not bad as
All that hair keeps looking pretty warm.
Yes.
This is a trivial question. Did you guys make your Play-Doh?
No, I cooked it on the stovetop.
You did, so you did
Yeah,
make
I
it.
made it,
Yes,
yes.
it's so, I always think homemade is so much better than bought. That's
Right,
why
yep.
I thought it was homemade.
Yes,
It's really
everything
good.
non-toxic, at least I'm assuming that the food coloring isn't, so, it's food coloring, so, yeah, everything, it's really just like, flour and salt is the main ingredient, and then, cream of tartar was like the extra thing that made it elastic, which was kind of difficult to find, but, it worked out. If you ever try to make it, and it's not working, it's because you're not cooking it long enough. Just keep going because it will work. It will work. So. Okay, so
There's also gluten-free recipes on the.
are there? Yes, because this is not gluten-free. So. Okay, so some things to think about for this. Of course, everyone's creation was different, and why is that so? This I had learned that this I had done with one of my teachers in middle school. He had done this to show all of us how we each had our own imagination. We had done the same thing. He had a story about an alien named Sam, and you'd think I could find that story, and I could not find it at all. And he isn't teaching anymore, so I couldn't go and ask him where the story came from. So, I don't know, he really inspired me. It was one of the first times in my life that I was like coming into adolescence, and I was realizing that we all were our own person and that we each had our own imagination. It was all about imagination, and I don't know, I really liked it, and I've been trying ever since I started working at LCC at how to do this to relate it back to tutoring, and I think it does work great because we all think differently, and as tutors we need to know that for our students. So these are just some things to think about for this. If the description was more specific, would these creations have been closer together? Would this have been easier if you were an audio learner? Or why do people think the way they do? Now we're going to start a different game. So there's about 15 of us almost. I would like you to all group into groups of 5 and combine your Play-Doh together. I know, I'm sorry. If you would like to take a picture of your mason, take a picture. If you have it, it's okay.
Yeah. It's part of the chair.
It is so easy. I know we're green. Yeah.
Is that what she really? We gotta rip that off.
I mean, it's the same exact.
Oh, yeah. Well, the first time I mixed it together was about a year ago.
That's fine, that's fine.
Are we supposed to separate the colors?
By color.
Oh, this was by color. No, I know. Oh, this group, yeah. Oh, I guess I should find it.
There's 6 here. Oh, that is
You guys ever made
Okay.
Yes, I have so much.
We still like it.
Actually, you guys are going to be moving. I have a creation that I have made in this box. And what you will be doing is that each person in your group will have 5 seconds to come up here, look what's in the box, go back to their spots. You will have 30 seconds to then start building the creation that I have in this box. However, after your 30 seconds is up, you cannot touch your project anymore. At that time, another person from your group, the next person, will be able to come up. They will look at it for 5 seconds and then go back to their go back to their places, start working on that for another 30 seconds, and it'll go from there. So we have one group that has 5 people, so you could do it one more time. Somebody in the group, one person can do it one more time, if that's fine.
We also have 5.
Oh, yes, okay.
No, you have 6. Oh, no, you have
You know, I could step out and just let 5 operate. I would love to watch it
Okay, you can
first.
watch, yeah, that's fine.
I love it.
So wait, are we all building one thing or is each person building a something?
No, we will all be working together. Your group, as your group, you want to build what I have, and you want to be as close as possible. Oh yeah, they were supposed to be separated by colors.
What you got with already?
It's okay.
Yeah.
We got enough. We'll have it.
Okay, so, you probably want to stand, I'm assuming, since this is your, you got 5 seconds to come on. Ready? All right, yeah. So Rachel, you So it'll be like your 5 seconds will be together, for like you 3 will be looking at it at the same time. So this is a competition.
Yeah.
My timer is not in. Yes.
Different strategies.
So they all have faces.
If you want to come in.
You're not supposed to do that. They're gonna go look.
Oh, right, I forgot.
Right? Sorry. She was like, tell them what's in the box.
30 seconds.
Sorry, we're from the same school.
Now you understood it.
Well, no.
30 seconds.
Oh, my
Time up.
Hey, time's up, y'all.
Okay. Time's up, Ivan.
Time's up. You can talk to your group mates, that's fine.
Oh, see, that's
You
what
can
I-
tell them,
Okay,
can we
so-
like tell them about what we
We were
talked
told
about?
we could.
I thought that
Well, then you can make that rule, you can't, okay.
Even so.
Time's up.
Well, you already did it.
Next person.
So who needs to be back? Yeah, you can't, you can only do it right now, 30 seconds.
But we can, I think that's just right. Ready? Time's up. And like, you know, sort of be ready. Or do you make them all? Like we could just kind of stop. Yeah, I know, that's difficult.